prison, oh, anonymous. Stamps and stencils and addiction that doesn't hurt. Paper and ink, that's where my heart is. You do you, but I can't resist this. Oh, I'm a Stampers Anonymous.
Well, good morning and welcome everyone to our curations for the spring. Would you believe, Trevor, that it's been a year already, two years since Tim gave us the idea to go ahead and get all of his wonderful makers involved in using a lot of old images and so forth. So thanks, Tim and Mario, as always with us in spirit and with us here at the show. We thank them so much for the suggestion 2 years ago that 1 year ago today, we started our first live. We did a little soft one in Valentine's Day of last year, but the first actual television one was now. We've added some props, as you can see. I don't have hair, but I've got a fuzzy thing on my head now, so it kind of all matches and does the same thing. We are so thankful that you're all with us. We have so many people to thank and so many big surprises this time that we keep making it better. Every time I turn around, Matt will tell me he's got another new idea, or Tom or Trevor will say something about this or that. With giveaways, this year, this live, we've now added where we're going to have videos that we're going to show a couple of makes being done by our fantastic design team, and also a big little giveaway at the end. So please stay with us till the end. We've got, or come back if you've got to go get snacks and stuff or need a break. I can imagine watching us for an hour could be kind of like having a root canal, but we're doing our best. But we've got some really neat giveaways. The Valentine's giveaway went over so well that we kind of upped our game a little bit. So this time, with a purchase of $50 and different bundling situations that we've created, you're going to get even a little better surprise and so forth. Even on top of the makers, Grandma Lee made a make this time. Trevor made a make. I made something. So some of the family here, Rhonda chickened out, but we'll get her the next time, I have a feeling. We'll guilt her into it. But we've got our legal department, Katie's with us today. And of course, Will is here to take care of all the different technical things needed. Will's father is over working diligently on updating the website as needed and as we need to get things done. And then, of course, the star of the show is Matt, who takes care of getting us all these great props, producing all this.
Mixmaster Matt in the house.
That's right. He's like a DJ. So let's see. We've talked about that. We've got the different bundles and so forth that you can then accumulate different things. Always, as what we do with all of our companies, free shipping. In the United States, we surely appreciate everybody that considers coming and being part of our family. And with that, we want to also thank, obviously, Louisa for the fantastic opening music, and Daniel Evans, who created it with her. They upgraded it last live for Valentine's Day, so it's I'd like to think it's even niftier. And then we've got a fantastic video that we're using from Vicki, and a fantastic video throughout the show here with Louisa at the end too.
Yeah, stick around to the end.
Stick around to the end, and don't forget we're pulling randomly names for door prizes. We do 10 every time, and you're going to be getting a neat little gift sent out UPS. So we'll, I believe, talk about those names, and then if you'll just contact support@stampersanonymous.com, and we'll talk about that when it becomes time. Again, thank you all for being with us. And with that, where's our first set of makes? We've got to get them and start bringing them on over. We figured we'd break it up the monotony this time a little bit from just one big release of great makes, but also go with different things that's available. As everybody knows.
Oh, of course, first.
Yes, sir.
We got to talk about our makers.
Well, we should definitely talk about our fantastic team. There's all the pictures. I don't see Grandma Lee, and I don't see Trevor or me up there. Oh, well. This is the varsity team, and we're the 9th grade team, so we're starting with our first ones here. But boy,
and all the links, of course, to their sites and various social medias are on our website.
Yes,
so
never forget that. Please check that out, where you can see things. They randomly pop in at different curations releases and join us. depending on what all the other companies in Tim's vast line are having them do for other projects and the like. But we sure do appreciate our makers, and that's why we put the links up there for everyone. And many of them have great blogs that show the different techniques that they did to make all these projects. So the first stamp set is a classic favorite. We always like to bring in a classic favorite from the past. These are the original Stampers Anonymous line that Tim fell in love with so much that he asked us then to go ahead and make a stamp line with us and so forth. So this is the SCF number 16. It's got two of the best stamps that ever were made by Stampers Anonymous. This Newsy Bird, Miss Jeannie Carter called it forever, and this pair. In wood-mounted stamps, we sold thousands of these back 20, 25 years ago, and they've been kind of gone out of the world for so long, and now here they are back again. But with that, people were able to make some fantastic sets. As you noticed, the first ones were always made where we printed on the white plastic and so forth, but now they have gone and done them in the normal way we do it, Tim's way. But as you saw Tammy and Luisa's makes here, these are just a creative use of so many different ways to utilize the different things. Barbara from Italy, buongiorno Barbara, and buongiorno to Zoe, who come and help us so much. Many times over, we just marvel at the creativity that everybody has constantly shown us. We've got another new maker. Michelle is now with us from Wisconsin area, and she's throwing her anchor into the water here to see how we do with cards that she's made up and so forth. But just amazing makes that allow us to have the different breadth of all kinds of images, utilizing it for obviously different borders and alike. So here's just 4 of the 5.
Hold that big one up to the that one. It's
yes.
so shiny.
This one is fantastic. It's almost like it's gold leaf. This was Tammy's, wasn't it? No, Barbara. Barbara from Italy. She's taken things from the international community and done this wonderful gold leafing almost, it looks like. It's fantastic. We've got little strings in here that are the gold twine that just really kicks it up quite a bit, obviously with the outside paper.
And the words are really shiny too.
Yes, it's absolutely fantastic. And of course, on her blog, it's far better than any pictures that we can do here because it's so much more detail and time oriented with that. So thank you to all for the first one. Here we go. We're moving along to the next set. That's our first Stampers Anonymous set. It's CMS number 16. We would call it Royal Script. It was when Tim first started, and the stamps were bigger, obviously, on the sets. When he came up with the concept of rather than selling individual wood-mounted stamps only, he went with the cling-mounted sets. And these cling-mounted sets started like this with the white. The first 100 were like that. Look at that crazy bird. Boy, do we have some fun. Thank you, Joy.
We did not get Joy's physical samples in time for the show, but we've got all her digital pictures.
All right, well, great. Thank you, Boo. We sure appreciate that. Miss Joy is such a great family friend. Vacation many a time at Disneyland with the gang. Cassie and Sharon and have submitted so many different verses. And of course, our Cleveland friend, Cassie, it has lots of different usages. And since we don't have them all with us, or they're in other cards too, here's the 2 that were remaining only for those particular ones. But here again, look at that pretty gold crown. And again, it's got the bedazzling of some fantastic glitter. Everybody loves a little glitter in their life. The next one is CMS number 17, which we call Take Flight. And again, Take Flight is, there, sorry to keep turning it on you guys. Take Flight is another great one that's got just a fantastic bird that I think I've seen thousands of times over the years with all the different things. My second Italian friend, Zoe, buongiorno, good morning to all the folks, or afternoon now over there. Dawn is another one of the new design team members from Minnesota. And her sister Ruthie is with us, and she made this one. So we've got different versions of...
Cool stenciling in the back of that one.
It really is. It's taking Tim's wood grain stencil and really making it a lot of fun with that. So Ruthie, great job as always. Ruthie demos for us at many of the shows. And then, of course, Sharon's use of the bird again. And then on this one here, that we've got from, this one came from Dawn, or is this Dawn or Ruth? Oh my gosh.
It's Dawn.
This is Dawn's.
Yeah.
They put it on with a little stamp. We're gonna have to start making those custom stamps bigger for them. But we've got a little wobbler on here. Tim loves those wobblers, so Dawn decided to follow the boss's lead and do something that has got his little thoughts in it. But great use of all the different elements of that. The tattooed floral, CMS number 59, was another one that has been around for obviously almost 20 years now. So often when Tim would come up with things, I would say, well, how are we going to use these different things? And before all the other things back in these days, all we had, as I've said, was distress ink. But now with the distress paints, the glazes, and all the other components that are out there, there's one from Joy that physically didn't arrive, but as always, she's always with us in spirit. So we've got all the different components that would be used to make different layerings and so forth. And so these make great borders, great edges on so many different stamps, where Michelle and Louisa have found different ways to utilize them, along with Dawn and Ruthie and alike, showing the different things that we've got here. The use of color is fantastic, and it's just...
well, this set is great for backgrounds.
It really is, because you can just, do it over the top or not. Here, Vicki did something with
Oh, wow.
Isn't that cool?
Well, she's gonna. We're gonna see a video pretty soon.
Is this the one with the video?
Yeah, it's coming up later though.
But you can see that she used the same stamp 4 times to make the full circle. That's
exactly.
neat.
Yeah, she'll show that off here in a bit.
One of our talented folks from up north. But again, not all the samples are here, but here's a couple of them, obviously, and the detail that's utilized, obviously, with these are just fantastic. We love all the different usages, and yet, Sharon is known, obviously, Tim says all the time, you can always tell what something and who made what, and right away you can just jumps out as something that she would have made in these colors, because she just loves bright and gorgeous looks like that. When we picked this one, it was Tim's homage to, I guess, the museum series. That face is just something that is, been out there in different museum looks forever. You'd almost call it Tim's David, but the Artful Artifacts is something that has got a great look. And look, one of our international artists, Barbara, right away is the first one on the list that shows it off, and the different usage of how she wants that. Cassie here from Ohio did a great job, and then this black and white beauty from Dawn.
It looks like a Arca Wild folding card. It's awesome.
Well, it probably is one of the. Dawn is one of the ones that would always do that, obviously. Vicki has got
very like a charcoal sketch almost.
Oh, yeah.
It's quite artsy, and that poor guy's got some serious hair pieces going on there. My goodness. Now this one here is another one that was used with different sets that Louisa used.
She uses so many sets, it's almost hard to pick
which one to use it for, right? And so many different layers of collaging when she does the things. Tammy has used the cathedral stencil that we've had forever. What did we call that? What did Tim call that stencil? It's not cathedral, I don't think.
It's back there.
Okay.
It's in the release.
So these are the cards, of course, here, but this is like what we said. Look at the foldability of that, and it just jumps out. So often I see people making different cards. I was looking at some videos last night and saw somebody making a really neat card out of paper, then using different ways to then put it all together. And I'm amazed at all the paper mechanics with this. And then, of course, this is the one that had all the gears on it and the different layers and so forth from Barbara. And then we've got Vicki's version here that's got the charts, as Matt said, the charcoal look to it. And then something with a little bit of color here with the butterflies and the like. And again, some more collaging techniques that were done here. Next up, we've got the Nature's Walk, and the Nature's Walk is one of the ones that Tim first started doing lots of different items on there. And I remember when we started doing this, it was almost like back then, how many stamps can we get on a set? And we used to say 13 to 15 was the magic number that we all liked. And then Tim started to really push the envelope and has challenged us many, many times in manufacturing these things. But obviously here are some cards made that have different looks. Whoa, that one came back in again. That's
It happens. They use different ones. Yeah.
I was going to say that came in with different parts in it.
Yeah.
I'd almost have to tear that one apart and see where that came from. But here's a couple of the actual ones that we've got that are specific to this set, obviously with the birds that are utilized and the eggs and the nest and so forth. So it's a great one for spring to show off many different ways to do things. Again, these sets that we're doing right now are crazy old. They're 15, 16 years old. Now this one's not as old, but this was the first one that we set records with, I guess you'd say, when Tim came out with the Bird Crazy set number 212. It kind of launched a few different series from that. We had some cats and dogs and words and then accessories, but we decided that for spring, this is again the older sets, so we're bringing it back out there.
And spoiler alert, later in the show, there's going to be so many birds.
So many birds. So don't think for a moment that the site's for the birds or that the stamp sets are for the birds, but we are just over the top in love with these always. We still sell, thousands of these every year, to my amazement, to just show Tim's eye for picking things. Kulbir has used so many different parts of it along with Barbara. This is something that we're going to be talking about later. Keep an eye on that little birdhouse there. That's something of interest that might be there. Here, a little bird is out for a walk from Ruthie, and Zoe's got a little Valentine's birdie, little love showed by all, and then of course Luisa's make there. Michelle has taken the stencils and put the birds on the front of that, and it's again Joy's bird that was not in here physically earlier, but it's just shown so nicely dressed up with the crown on top. Zoe's got the inspector bird. Matt uses quite a few times, I think, in some of your ads, if I'm not mistaken.
Probably turned up once or twice.
Yep. And what a pretty spring card from Ruthie, where the little birdie has the little same kind of headset that I've got on.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Lots of stencils.
I should probably cock my I gotta fix my ear that way. There we go.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, there we go. We're just adjusting it. There we go. We just got. There we go. Just kind of. I could play a game like someone could throw rings around my neck. Some people might want to tighten those who weren't rings, but that's another story. Here, Dawn took one of the etc. tags and made an entire little make that's got everything utilized for the Bird Crazy set, really showing it off. But it is so nice to do these things. Here's another one that we've got we've got the little wobbler on it. Nothing like a bird that chirps. You get the. They just really do the whole 9 yards there. But so pretty. So here's a distressed looking one. We've got one that's wobbly. We've got something that's got totally in the Easter realm.
Those birds are just so fun to dress up.
They are fun to dress up, no question about that. Set number 213 is another beautiful spring set. This butterfly has always been a huge over-the-top one, and this is where we really started to start seeing Tim express so many different typefaces. His mastery of picking images and then his mastery of then doing typography, making the words go together with what he's done and or the different typefaces that he's picked. Only are equaled by some of his funny Timisms that we all crave for a stamp set for, but I haven't been able to get him to do that as of yet. But we've got different makes from all the different people. This set drew lots of inspiration,
Yeah, a lot of
whether it be from all around the world, Canada, Germany, Italy, America. They're from everywhere for this set. I think everybody likes a good butterfly. So we we've got our usage of these, and then also just the folding of the cards and all the construction that people have done constantly. We're getting some more, besides just little wobblers and shakety shake cards. Now we've got some folded paper cards too that we haven't had in the past. Tammy is obviously just over the top when she comes up with the different ideas that she does with all of her kitting and alike for her classes and demos and so forth. Something beautiful and elegant as this that Michelle has submitted to us. And then of course, from all over the countryside, we've got so many different versions of the different butterfly pieces and so forth. And again, the makes were done with using different things here. Kulbir used a stencil that we provided along with some pastes and so forth. And then here, Barbara has just really dressed up the whole outside with the glitter paper, but then put the dots around there randomly too. So let's bring those down a skosh and you just look at some of these different cards where you have so many different looks to it. This is what I was talking about, the little dot pattern around there. I remember that it seems like whenever someone puts that border around there, whether it be dots, here something is sewn on a stitch pattern that just angles that out that Zoe had done. This one is one of those ones I was talking about that's a folding card with a great little clasp on it that Tammy B made up for us. This one here has got usage of the embossing folder in the back. We've got all kinds of dots on it that Michelle P put in there. Sharon, of course, geez, does that make it look like her color or what? That is definitely a card that you could tell she made. This is what I was talking about with another folding version of something here where it pops up and your sediment is right underneath of it. So it really shows all those types of things. And that you can see Dawn has got some of those on the Arc on Wild website for usages for that. And then this card here, again, I have a feeling, let's guess. I would say probably this was from Louisa.
Yeah, that's
She's got the sewing,
Fair bet.
she's got the layers, she's got the little pen nib on it, a fantastically done distressed butterfly, but just, the detail of all the cards are.
I love seeing those pen nibs for the butterfly bodies. It's a Stampers Anonymous Tim Holtz classic.
yeah.
Tim
a lot of
started
people do
that long
Yeah.
ago, and it's just, when he would always talk about, well, the reason why the stamps and the stencils are last are because I've got to see what people have made for us at Advantis, or what people made for the line from Ranger, or what tools or dies were done by either Tonic or by Sizzix. So all of Tim's partners did all those things. But onward and upward. Watercolor set 217. Here we are with more butterflies, and it's just a beautiful one. This was a set that has just always been loved because of the great butterflies, and you can utilize it with so many things. Here again, we've got a fantastic use of color in the background, but a nice black and white butterfly on there that Sharon had done. Dawn has used black and white imagery to make up so many different things with a card there. This is the card we showed earlier from Zoe that has great parts and pieces to it. Luisa's got obviously just a few things here because I can tell I don't have that card. It must be utilized in yet another one. Ruthie did a great job stamping the background with the chicken wire and then putting the butterflies on there as though they're either trying to get in or get out of their little...
Yeah, they're just taking a break.
Taking a break, that's true, you're right. But it shows so many different styles of paper folding again, and or borders and alike. This insert that when Ruthie made that one, I see that that's part of the etc. tagline that Tim has. That's the border piece around it that makes that outside line. And it's always fun when I would watch Tim doing the lives when he would be almost surprised. Oh, look, this is something that was a throwaway, but someone, of course, utilized it. Like he used to always tell us back when we used to have different packaging, and we would take and cut the packaging apart and either heat it and ripple it with a heat gun and or utilize it for just texture on cards and so forth. Kulbir's card with the pretty butterflies is only rivaled here by Tammy's use of some of the background stamps we spoke of earlier on one of the earlier sets with the butterfly in there. And then here, as I said, this is where Ruthie took the outside piece of one of the etc. sets, and you can imagine that here was a square, here, or excuse me, a heart, a house, and a circle, I believe.
Oh, yes.
That's the outline piece for that. That gives it that depth for the thickness for that, and then stamped in the back with that, of course. And then here's another folding card that has just a nice little latch on it. So often people forget the paper crafting part of it that you can just utilize things with. And so hence the reason why we've got so many new ideas and so forth with this release, which is an old release, but yet all, what they say, whatever is old is new again, kind of the vintage way of looking at things. Matt told me that after linen and mesh, or in this case, mesh and linen, we would be seeing some videos. So.
Yeah, I got some buttons to push.
All right, so we're going to get DJ Jazzy Matt's going to be getting together with that in a moment or two. So we'll see how long I can talk on this one. But talking's never been my weak point on that. Here's that mesh stamp I was talking about earlier.
And of course, this is purely for backgrounds mostly. It's so
purely for backgrounds, but utilize
so many people like. Sometimes it was hard to pick out on people's cards. I'd be going through them and like, oh, there it is. It's just like a subtle border or something. But
well, that's what's done with this card here that Zoe made. When you've got the meshes, obviously real prevalent with Kulbir's card, but here in Zoe's, it's just a little bit at the edge.
Yeah.
And then of course Vicki has done this card like the earlier texture one that she had done, and she's always been huge with the different textures. This is back to Ruthie's card where we use that etc. frame, and she modified it a skosh. And
that linen background is so subtle sometimes, it's very hard.
It's really subtle, you're right about that.
But it has such neat texture when you see it in
Absolutely.
person. Yeah.
Yep, and then the different ways, you just stamp it flatter. Do you put embossing powder on it? Do you put a glaze over it? What do you do? Because that changes everything too, shiny, dull, and alike. But here's the different styles what we have for those types of things. But Vicki's upcoming little video.
Yeah. Okay. So Vicki has given us a demo of how she made this card. So.
Okay.
What we're gonna do.
Here we go with that.
You're gonna talk about those while I
All
set
right.
that up.
So here's what I was talking about for a moment, where we said just a slight little use of the chicken wire in the corner, but then here we are with the whole background portion of it, and what a difference the two styles make it look. One's more of a distress card. One's a beautifully done spring card, but both use the same stamp and yet in different ways for that background portion of it. And then obviously Michelle P has done this and added in some little twine and hearts and so forth from different sets. And put the little bunnies on here to make it truly an Easter set from one of our upcoming mixed media sets we'll show you shortly that has that. And then this is the special one here that I'm sure Vicki's upcoming video here was a 9-minute video that Matt edited a little bit.
Yeah, it's gonna go fast, everybody.
Well, we're trying to always make sure that we don't make these things too long because we want to never impede on Mr. Holtz's time period. Today he's not following us by any stretch of the imagination, or we're not actually, I should say, the lead-in for him, the amateur hour before the professionals start. We're giving it a go. But are you ready for the video?
All set. Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right. Now this one doesn't have sound, if I'm not mistaken. You said, right?
Oh, she doesn't tell you what's going on, so we get to do some color commentary here.
All right. Well, this is where it looks like she had a lot of coffee.
I was going to say, she's moving quick there.
She's working real quick. Oh, Tim Stamp Positioner. What a keeper that is. For all of you who have that, you're the lucky ones that were really nifty and able to have a masterpiece. But here we are with a brayer and the different paints and so forth, stamping different layers of backgrounds, drying it in between each one. As we all know, Tim always says, if you're going wet on wet, you're blending, and if you're going dry on
wet on
dry, then you're layering. So in this case, that's exactly what she's doing.
It's so cool to see all those layers built up slowly.
Well, I wouldn't say this is slowly by any means.
Well,
I feel like I'm on a little caffeine rush, but boy, I'll tell you, there's no question how watching it being created and layered in front of you. Repeat the process to make the full circle. So that's where she's doing that all the way around, and How nice is that? And just look how basic it is, yet how amazingly complicated it actually looks when it's really just 4 impressions and so forth.
And I wouldn't think to use that corner stamp, pick a circle, but it's.
This is where it's cool, you guys. Look at that color.
Yeah.
Just explode over there.
This is where, you know, when we do things at shows, and Tim would have a crowd around him at a show, and of course now he's got hundreds of thousands of people watching him on the World Wide Web when he does these lives. The people just ooh and ah, but you can't hear them. At a show when you got 100 people around them and you hear the ooh and the ah, it's always been amazing to get that feel of how much that is. But look at, after you start to trim it all out and so forth, it really, really, really goes ahead and shows how the detail is created. Please comment whether some of our new ideas here are what you like or what you might want us to do instead. Or again, because the artists work so hard to make up all these different things, we sure appreciate all their extra hard work to do that. I see that she's got her magnets positioned just properly. As Tim likes to say, they don't want to get into a rock'em sock'em robot match, so you got to keep them apart because those babies slide when they go.
Now she repeats this stamp a bunch of times to get it really dark.
Yeah, when you're using the archival ink like that, something fine and it's on top of another image, the more times you stamp it, the better that it's going to get darker and darker and darker. And you want it to stand out when it's coming off like that. And Tim's pitch black ink is, I never forget the first time he showed me the difference between his pitch black ink and the normal archival jet black ink. It truly is a charcoal-based ink that Tim always loves to, reiterate that when he told the chemists he wants actual charcoal, they were like, why? Black's black. And when you look at jet black next to his pitch black, it's truly completely different.
Yeah.
It's almost, the jet black looks gray. And yet it's black as black when you don't see it next to it.
It looks more blue than black.
Is it? Well, you're the artist, so you would know. And you got those blue ears on, so I can't make fun of that. So, was that it?
And that's the end.
That's
and
the
then eventually
end.
it
Look at
becomes
that.
Eventually
it just gets layered into the end, but it starts to look like a wallpaper, or just an amazing little mural with the different layers. So, a huge thank you to Vicki for submitting that to us and helping us to show that type of art live to you so that you actually can see it being made all the way along. We figure we have the professionals do it versus watching us bumble our way through
we're
it.
we're not good.
We're not that way. No, we're not. And since we can't get Tim from Prescott to come in every week, we'll have to rely
like
on
you
all
said, the
other
JV.
help. Yes. Well, more the 9th grade team than that. But here's back to the Bird Crazy. This is Crazy Talk, set number 236, where Tim came up with different ways to accent the different birds and so forth.
And quite frankly, a good almost 2/3 of the cards here today use something from this.
Do they really?
Yeah, so many, because there's even just little bits of words.
Right,
on things.
right.
Yeah.
Yep. It's a crazy good set. Set is crazy.
Laura D asked a second ago.
It took me a minute. I got it.
Yes, black soot archival is that color she was using in that demo.
I'm sorry?
It was black soot archival she was using in that demo.
I meant to say black soot. I said pitch black, didn't I? I was saying pitch black. It's black soot. Tim's color is black soot.
Yes.
That is Tim's color. Oh, I'm going to get in trouble now. Sorry, Tim.
That's a live correction.
Yes,
okay.
yes. But no, that is. But it's such a big difference because when he started talking about it, that's the charcoal-based color that he came up with. So, again, some of these cards you've already seen, but again, with now the different usage of the words and the like, that just, kick it up notches for the accents and for bringing in some verbiage, because so many of us don't like our writing. I don't like my handwriting by any means, hence the reason I love stamps so much. Here, Dawn obviously used the use of creative paper folding yet again. She and her family have been working with us for 20 years, doing all kinds of paper crafting, all the way back when her mom was at every show with us. And a huge shout out to Mom. We miss you all the time. So here, Cassie's used a background stamp from one of the sets and then put still the Crazy Talk set verbiage right there on the front. Just a little partial piece like you're saying, Matt, done by Ruthie there. Just when you need a little word, that's a set that's great for that. And she used it, that's the one with my pink ears on it, my folded pink ears. And here we are again with the great use of the crazy birds, the flowers and so forth. And you might notice these little things that are three-dimensional on there.
No spoilers.
Okay, nothing spoiler, no spoiler. Using of Tim's etc. tags and so forth. What a great card here by Tammy. She's framed out the card what she used for it, for the flowers, and then all the different components that she put together. So it's kind of like a little art piece on display advertising-wise. But again, here's a little black and white, a little wobbler again. Just love those little shaker action wobblers. Here we've got a great use of just the butterfly from set 213 and the I'm Sorry. Here we've got a couple different border that we've got along with the little house and the butterfly. But again, little hello friend right there that we've had that Tammy did. And then here's an etc. tag, part of the Crazy Bird series. One of the accessories is a balloon, little string and twine, and it's just a beautiful usage of.
I really liked how the lettering popped out on this one.
That's where she's got the background.
It's really,
she's matted it, I guess you could call it. And then Tim's seam binding ribbon that can be just dressed up so many different ways when you use the spray stains and a little bit of water. We call it crinkle ribbon, seam binding ribbon, but Advantis had that out for years. And it's a beautiful, beautiful product that you can just demo with and so forth and make great accents to your cards. So that is set 236.
Here's my favorite.
Here's your favorite, obviously.
this is another one that gets used on a lot of cards.
Right, so this one you can utilize in multiple sets, whether it be on the Crazy Birds, Crazy Cats, Crazy Dogs, all the crazies.
And even the Snarkies if you want to get crazy.
And you can do it with the Snarkies too, yes. We've seen them over the years do that. They are available in 2 sizes, but we chose this size because it kind of goes with what we're doing. But here, all the different pieces, parts are utilized with the Crazy Birds. Kulbir showed it off there with some neat balloons. Ruthie's showing it off with the Easter eggs and the like.
The ears.
And those great ears. Pink, just like mine. And Zoe, well, this is exciting. You told me I had to wear the pink one, so I might as well play it along.
Mine has a bow on it.
Trev's has a bow, that's true. It's like my old gal from Texas told me about how to tie a bow. Left over right, right over left. Let you tie your bows tidy and tight. But that's another whole demo I'll show someday.
Wow.
It was fun. It was fun. She sees me every year at the Texas show and still comes up. She goes, "Remember me?" And I said, "You're my bow lady." So Michelle here's done, again, some nifty stenciling on the background, popping it off with a beautifully presenting bird.
Little flowers.
Bringing flowers to the party. So that's great. Utilizing, like you said, Matt, the words.
Yeah.
And then here they all are. Again, different versions of them. And when you see them all together, they're just the layering and everything. I'm always just tearing a piece of paper or using a decal cutter. But this, I think, is torn. And Tim's always taught me sometimes to edge that a skosh. Leaving it blank like this is gorgeous when you got that matted paper on the back. Here we go. The bird's all dressed up, 3-dimensional. It's got a little tie on it there. It's not Trevor's type of tie. Trevor and my father both are bow tie fellas. So we've got plenty of bow ties, but this is a long tie, straight. I don't know if that looks like the Windsor knot. And then, hey, kind of classy.
You're not.
It's a Windsor knot, see? And then we've got some gifting and the balloons and the like. And then here we go again with the usage of that background mesh, little chickenware, I'd call it, stamp usage there for the outline framing, and then little glossy accents in different areas here to make that just stand off and just look so gorgeous. Really, really makes that stand out.
We have a question on the live.
We've got a question. What's the question?
Are we going to any Minnesota shows this year?
To my knowledge, the Minnesota shows, I'm not even sure. We used to do one at the Earl Brown Center and one in St. Cloud forever. We don't have it on our schedule. Our closest is going to be next weekend, as a matter of fact. We're in Rockford, Illinois, which is at the very border of Wisconsin and Illinois. It's about a 3-hour drive from Minnesota. We've got all 3 of our demo artists coming in from driving down from Minnesota. So if you're in the Minneapolis, St. Cloud area, come on down, come see us. We'll be there. Waukesha, Madison, Wisconsin, Chicago, Rockford. Anybody can come on over. We're at a great little place called the Cliff Breakers, and advertising is up for the show. But no, we're not going specifically there. But boy, I can tell you lots of stories about Minnesota's. We used to go to downtown Minneapolis to a spot for dinners, and to the point where the waitress knew I loved ice cream so much with chocolate sauce. They ran out of chocolate sauce, and she went down the street to a 7-Eleven and bought me chocolate sauce. I have to ask Jackie what the name of that place was, but it was fantastic.
I guess it pays to be a good tipper.
Well,
We take care of those who take care of us. Try to.
You couldn't say better words, Trevor. We do our best. We do our best. But this is another great set when we start using blueprints. As everybody may or may not know, for those first time watching us here today, we talk about Mario III, Mario's son, drew all the blueprints for Tim's stamp sets. And he's a Air Force Reserve pilot, and we sure do appreciate his service. But he's got talents beyond that, where he drew all these beautiful blueprints. And so we here made it into a strip. We were always selling a lot of these different things in the majors for years. And we kept those strips alive and so forth. And that's where some of these images are from. This is a mini version of the blueprints. So it allows you to make different cards and capitalize on that. Here is that card itself, where it's got the pop-up gumball machine, and then inside more partying, and again the usage of the neat words on there. But great folding and pop-up cards and alike, which you can find on our sites.
We have another quick question.
Sure.
I saw someone asked if we're going to be at Adventures in Stamping in Akron this year.
Well, I think that we probably will. That is our show. We will be at Adventures in Stamping, and that is on, sadly, it's on Palm Sunday. So for the people that need to go to church or want to go to church, obviously on Sunday, I understand. We have some commitments that day ourselves later in the afternoon for a service that we do. However, Saturday is, the 28th, I believe. So the 28th and 29th, and classes are all day on Friday the 27th. Check out the website for that. But yes, we will be at Adventures in Stamping, as will probably 20 other fantastic vendors. And we're so blessed to have so many great friends come to that show. If you've never been to Akron, that John S. Knight Center is a beauty. It's huge, over a bridge parking to a parking garage where it's all free on the weekends. Your cars are beautifully safe in the downtown city of Akron. Parking garage, and you can just walk right over and visit us and see amazing crafts being demoed and make and takes and alike. So here we've got the next thing, which we affectionately call our COMs, our components. We've been quite pleasantly surprised by the reception. These were things that Tim always put together back in the artist trading card days for people to make one-time shot cards and so forth, and or tags and or little backgrounds that they could then trade. So the components, COM is the abbreviation for that, and they are just utilized from different stamp sets and the like.
They were able to repeat it like that for a background. Wow.
What's that, Trev?
Yeah. Dawn was able to repeat the stamp.
Oh, yes, she did that one on there. Yep.
Wow.
Well, Dawn's pretty mega talented.
She is.
Yes, she is. But the usage of those components are just always fun. We really love them, and have been very pleasantly surprised with the resurgence of those now that a lot of people don't even realize we have some of these things. They don't necessarily step out whenever there's something new. We hadn't brought back those because people stopped trading those. But here's some great makes that were done with that and the like. Ruthie had done this one here again, where she's dressed it up with the embossing powders and so forth to make it shiny on the top and so forth, utilizing the component. And then one of our earlier sets that we showed off with the verbiage, and then a very beautiful yet simple card that shows off the different abilities of just using almost like a duo stamping, where it's just the archival black on top of some beautifully washed out blue. Looks like broken china potentially there. And then here's a card that's got quite a bit of work in it. Not only do we have additions of tickets that are folded and the like, and also the popcorn, but also we've got the paper that's all folded. I don't know if you can see here how how beautifully intricate that has been done and rippled
Nice.
along with the sewing and so forth. And Vicki Evans, of course, have made that. So that shows that one. Now we're into mixed media. The mixed media ones, for those who don't know what that is all about, Tim started doing different things for the chains. And in the beginning, because people would go to the chains, like clear stamps far more than they like red rubber stamps. And of course, Tim has always been a proponent, as we are, of rubber stamps. The polymer ones will eventually harden year over year. They do get a little more post-exposed by UV light. It's just a byproduct. That's why sometimes they go yellow. People all talk that it's anti-yellowing and so forth, but these were put in the chains, and now Tim has allowed us to start selling them directly. And many of our online stores, many of our store fronts, brick and mortars, please, please, please always stop by and see all of them and support your local stores. They have many of these products in stock. They constantly reorder from us, and we couldn't do it without them. And as much as the customers kind of vary, whether they're you, the folks that watch the videos or buy online, or you, the folks that come to our shows, or the people that buy from our stores or our other online presence. We just really appreciate all the different support that people give us. But these mixed medias, we're taking a stencil, where Tim called it like a Franken stencil. For value, he took 2 stencils, usually, and combined them, and then he would then put a polymer set in front of it. And you can see the usage of so many different things that were created from that. Again, I'm only going to show one card that I have, because all the other cards were in so many other sets, but this is such a nice card. It's worth showing over again. Barbara has taken the different pastes and put it through the beehive stencil in the back, utilized some of the bookboard material, and then matted it off with the different usages of the little bees and so forth from our set, and that usage all trimmed out at the very end and bordered out with the strings and the like that make that card so pretty. Again, our best at trying to show that lighting. The blogs from our artists really are the place to see where that's at, because they have so many other pictures and videos on how it was done. This one is one of the ones that Tim was on a little bit of a not a rabbit hole per se, but mushrooms were kind of a trend for a bit. So he made mushrooms with Advantis. He had stamps with the mushrooms with us. Look at those beautiful colored pencils that Tim has. Tammy's utilized those to do the watercoloring here. And we just love the results what have been done with those. We've got, one of our cards from Jen. Jen Shirkus from over on the coast. She just in Cape Cod area always has such beautiful, beautiful projects and the like. This one here just really shows off those mushrooms nicely. This was Dawn's card where,
nice.
Just utilizing our little chicken trail stencil along with the embossing powders on top of here. Just make that card just look how pretty it is. 3-dimensional, of course, everything stands out with the different pop-up tapes and alike. And then this one here shows just some nifty moss and so forth, utilizing a little tree branch, and then some collage background that Cassie from Cleveland had made. The next one of our sets that we have, again, is kind of a vintage one that we threw in here. We liked it quite a bit. So we thought, well, what the heck? Let's put this into the release. You can use those dots for so many different spring cards and alike. And then,
if I'm not mistaken, the man on this set is exclusive to this set too, correct?
It is exclusive to this set. It was something that was changed out at a certain point. Oftentimes, Mr. Creative Tim will tell us as we're moving along that he wants to change something. And do you guys mind that? And I'm like, well, the tooling is done. He goes, but do you really mind? And well, but we have the tooling going. He goes, I didn't think you minded, so let's go ahead and change that out. As we all know, Tim's like E.F. Hutton. When he talks, we all listen. And
A few of these makes, just the stencil has been used in the background.
is that what it is?
Yeah.
Got it.
So that's why they
Like this
pop
one
up.
right here from Jen. That's where the numbers are popping through like
Yeah.
that. Yes. Yes, exactly. And so like here's one of those tags we spoke of earlier that's got the paper crafting ability, that it shows the hinge paper that
Oh, wow.
pulls that up and so forth, and that tabbed look with the different embossing glazes that are on there. Is just a beautiful usage of the stamp set. And here's an etc. tag, number 8 size, where we've got the different pastes and so forth coming through the stenciling. It's just, this is like what you're saying, Matt. This has just got so much texture through the stencils,
Yeah.
dressed off with this gentleman on it. And they even found a nifty little flower set. I think that comes from one of Tim's ideology flower sets through Advantis. And that just makes a great little boutonniere.
And no spoilers on this, but if I noticed that downward arrow might be something that's announced later today.
Huh.
It is? Okay.
It's part of it.
There you go.
You don't see it?
There you go. All right. I didn't get the memo, but I'll get it, I'm sure.
The
sooner
downward
or later.
arrow. Okay.
There
we'll
you
see.
go.
You'll see.
I'll see. I'll remember. You know, most people know me enough that they know that sometimes I kind of forget things. So we give it a go. This set is another beauty. Earlier you saw Ruthie's usage of this stencil in the background, just going down. But here are more tags done. Zoe's done it with multiple usages here. And the utilization from other artists showed different looks of it, of the same, but yet different. Jen Shirkus has got some just gorgeous usages of the primary purples that we've got. I don't know if it's primary purples, but I just love the color scheme and so forth. Kulbir has got the dancing bunnies off of the one mixed media set for Easter that we've got.
Yeah, a lot of people just use the stencil from this one in their background.
Yep.
So it's,
Well, and you can use a paste or colors either way.
Yeah.
And that's always what's so nice about stencils, whether you spray, stain through it, whether you ink it. This is the one I was talking about Michelle P. has done, where the birds on top of it are a little dressed up and going to a party. And then, of course, you use the pastes too, and you can also stain the pastes and change those colors. But all the different usages of the different layering techniques just show such beauty. All these cards are all on the site. You can see them all with the links from where the artists are and potential usage of a blog video that they might have made. This one here's got all the pretty layers, and look at the shine on this one. I just love this card. It's fantastic. And a beautiful use of the word Paris, even though our Italian friends are promoting the French. I guess that maybe that's from the Olympics, where we're going from the games this year to 4 years from now. The Winter Olympics are in France, so that makes sense.
That makes
All
sense.
right. Barbara, you just think of everything. Here again is the usage of the stencil with the paste and so forth, and the beautiful color, and then another call out and shout out to Paris, the city of love. Isn't that gorgeous? What a beautiful card that is. So again, we're just totally blown away always by the different talent from everyone. This Woodgrain stencil started so many different things over the years. Tim's got stamps of Woodgrain, stencils of Woodgrain, embossing dies of Woodgrain, and they're all different, different sizes, different looks and the like, but really shows off so many different styles and likes that we have with that. So you can find all these again. Go to stampersanonymous.com. Tom spent lots of time with Matt's help taking all the pictures that Matt took and putting them up and then referencing where to go visit them from and to. Here's some of the beautiful tags and cards that were done with that set. As basic as just some black flowers on top of some monochrome colors, just make it just jump right off.
there's your wood grain in the background.
There's the wood grain that Ruthie did again. That was an earlier card we showed with that bird set. Barbara here has utilized again Newsy Bird from one of the Stampers Anonymous favorites from the very beginning. One of the things that we were always so proud of and the like. And then these cards here, just you've probably seen this one on a couple of Matt's ads and so forth. We'll put that one there. What a great use from, I think Tammy made that. Yep, Tammy made that one. and then the flowers that are just, obviously arranged however you'd like. This is our Easter set. Oh, you see that just slide right in there? It's almost like it comes right. It's like air hockey on a table. But here is just a fantastic Easter set that Tim created with the little dancing bunnies. They're reverses, obviously, and they're just gorgeous. And what the people have done with them is just another complete way of really stepping up your game of making something for Easter that's got a different kind of bunny. We've got our lovely Mr. Rabbit. That's a set that's been around forever by a CMS. But we've also got something as basic as this, where as a background or as a reverse, it can be just a solid. Here, it's so subtle that you don't even recognize it until, oh, now that you recognize. Jen's really dressed up the Peter Cottontails there, that's for sure, as has Kulbir. I think they called each other and decided to do it together. Yeah. But we've got all different types of usages here with the stencils and so forth, with the paste, with the little beautiful eggs and the detailed coloring jobs and the like. Some beautiful ribbon used here by Dawn to tie off that card. Accent little twines and the like that shows off the bunnies all being tied together, ready for Easter. And then just a simple usage of one here as a little scarf in case the bunny's getting cold, I guess, per se. Now we start to get into the stencils, and we just love always using so many of Tim's different stencils for different items. We have only 4 this time. We didn't go with the full 6. We're trying to keep it always the same style, total count of numbers, and sometimes we'll pull in one thing and use another, but as you know, the mini stencils are smaller versions of the bigs. They are obviously shrunk down proportionately, and so
you get 3 in a pack.
You get 3 in a pack, and when Tim picked them, he tried to think of things that would then let them coordinate together. So the usage of stencils, we've got lots of different samples for that, and we're into the hundreds of all the different styles of stencils over the period of time. But again, the usage is just, oh, we've got a shakety shake card here, yay. And I just love all the different pastes and so forth. Whenever you use stencils, the pastes just make it. And especially like when you colorize it, people just are amazed at that. Kulbir, again, shows that little birdie off with the going to the party. Vicki's got one a little more distressed that's in her wheelhouse, where it's got that patinaed look. Without question, it's just nice to show the different layers of the pastes, and then get some blues and turquoise and teals along with the browns. It screams rusted old and redone distressed looks. Louisa here has taken and put her signature twine in there with the sewing border and the like that make it stand out. Michelle P has done her version here also of drawing a line around it with a fine tip pen. My goodness, Ruthie's bird has made the top 10. I'm glad I wore these pink ears. My pink ears are on more than your blue ears,
I
Trev.
guess they are.
I guess I picked the right one, see? It accents my eyes, I guess you'd say, right? I don't know. Something like that. But the little birds saying buongiorno to the inside of the birdhouse. But no birdie's popping its little head out from inside. So we've got all the different cards here again. Just taking a piece of vellum and when they run this through and doing all the extra work with a curling tool to make that have the texture of the wings, and then showing off the butterfly on a half circle and so forth. Here's our use of the stencil with our face from earlier and the words off of the Crazy set. We've got Louisa's version where she's done the sewing and so forth and done pastes and the like with different stencils here in different directions all throughout that tag. I love this one. Look at the color on that. It just jumps off the page.
I saw a question a second ago. What's the number of that flower stencil?
Of the flower stencil?
Yeah.
The flower stencil, I believe they're looking for this one, aren't they? Is this the one?
Yeah.
That would be the one, and that's number 143, bouquet. Or as the French would say, bouquet. And then
Or,
here...
as the Americans would say. Yeah.
Yeah, but they emphasize it more, see? So here is this one here, like I was saying. It's just gorgeous with the different colors and the paste on there. What a great job that was done, Sharon. And that's kind of stepping out of her lane a little bit. The colors are just all over the place, but the way that they're blended together, just, oh, love it, love it. This is the one Vicki had done earlier I spoke of that shows the patina look and the like. And then we've got the butterflies on top of one here that's glittered with the pastes. And we'll finish that series out with a little shaker card that's got all the little woo in there. That was one of the things about 25, 30 years ago I was making for Artful Wow, was lots of shaker cards with shrink plastic inside. Kind of the different places that we've all come from and gone to. And then, thank God, Mr. Holtz came along and started to make it so I didn't have to make so many shaker cards. But here's the choices this season for our etc. Pieces. The number 8 tag, which we have used many times already.
Yeah, a lot of examples.
Yep.
And
But
actually, the other one thing too is just that those aren't so noticeable because those are little pieces that you can use. The other thing, the mosaic.
the mosaics,
Yeah.
right.
So we've seen a lot of cards that use these, but they're hard to pick
And
out.
people don't even know because they're squares and they're rectangles. So there's 2 different kinds that Tim had us put in here. And again, you don't really realize how much you can utilize a lot of these things until you start utilizing them. So here are some of the basic ones that were made with those tags, number 8 tags, and then put together with different things, shown to us by Louisa, shown to us by Vicki, obviously. She's always got something that we have. We saw this one earlier with the arrow. Tammy's got something in it with us for these things. And then, of course, Ruthie jumped in the series, but whether it be colored pencils, whether it be pastes, so many different ways of collaging the different things, it just sings. So this was, again, look at the different detail, using an optic lens that's a found object on the tag itself. And then, Vicki just made that dress up in so many different ways. This one here is just absolutely gorgeous, use of the stamp set and colored nicely with the background collage and alike that Tammy has made for us. This one has so many different layers of the paste and so forth. I'm guessing Louisa, I can't tell, is that Louisa? There's no name on the back. If I'm
I guess
offending
we'll never
something
know.
I didn't get it right, I apologize in advance for that. And then Ruthie's taking a peek at utilizing the tag and so forth, and then putting on a beautifully couple of colored butterflies.
By the way, it was.
Was it?
Yeah, of course.
Thank goodness. All right.
All right.
So, what do we got next, sir?
Well,
Well,
we got some news next.
news.
Yeah. So we can talk about our.
So here's what last year, and throughout this, not last year, last release, we decided that when you hit a certain dollar amount, we should go ahead and utilize some of the nifty things that we've had over the years. The Valentine's one that we came up with was done by Tim's submittals to Hobby Lobby, the chain store that had a lot of his wood-mounted stamps. Over the period of time, he did these wood-mounted stamps for the Crazy Birds too that were really small, and Tim always insists on having them be different sizes so that there's always something different and alike. So when we started talking about what should we give away this time, it was like, well, why don't we give them all a choice? Oh, there's the camera up there. Thank you, Matt. Sorry. And the pictures.
I should have told you a long time ago.
The pictures, yeah, well, sorry. But the stamps for Hobby Lobby that they brought in for the Crazy Birds were I'll just hold them up here. We can just do that.
Hold on.
These were the stamps that Matt had on there earlier, and these are wood-mounted stamps. So now we're going to fill your bag, your order, and we're going to give everybody a free one of these randomly, whichever one is the pick of the litter, as it were.
And those are different from the standard mini Crazy Birds we also sell. They're all flipped images from those.
Tim would always do that. He would always reverse it. He would always change it around so that you could have the guys being in the same scene and so forth.
And we will be picking those from stock. So
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. And what you get with that then is Matt created a little this way. Matt created a little birdhouse. So it's a laser cut, etc. tag that's got 2 different style birdhouses, and those birdhouses can be put together as simple as this. And then if you're kind of a little overdoing it, you can do it the way some of our makers have done it. But you'll get one of these and a bird, whatever bird you might get, you're going to get that with your purchase today.
And what I was talking about earlier, the arrow is just one of the birdhouses without anything on it.
Well, by golly, it is. Look at that. See, there it is right there.
Yeah.
Oh, now
Good
I see.
catch,
Yeah,
Trev.
Trev, you know, see, Trev is
I
the
didn't
artist
see
in the
that.
family, yes. He's got his mother's talent for all that, without question. Thank goodness. So, should we start showing these? Is that what we're going to do next, sir?
Let's see.
So here's what you see, obviously, of how that works. And that page is on the website, too, I imagine, right? If not, we can put that on. No, we can't. Nothing about a free gift there. Okay. All right. So here is different ones that have been done by different people. Barbara's got one. It was shown throughout the makes throughout. This is one of the ones that's a 3-dimensional one from Dawn that's got a little garden in the front of a number 8 tag using the panels that are on the set of pieces that you can then glue together. Michelle P. took the 2 birdhouses and made something just so springy and elegant. Tammy, of course, went over and above and made 3-dimensional little houses and using Tim's new papers and the like. Put my headsets on?
No, just take your hand away from them.
I'm sorry. Okay. But you can see here's Tammy using Tim's different papers and the like.
Oh, wow.
As of tomorrow, Tim's got another release of 3 new paper sets that are off of his release from last year's Free Spirit fabric line. So 3 new sets of papers are going to be on the site live as of tomorrow.
Another
ordering.
question I just saw.
Yes.
Are we going to be able to order our own extra birdhouses?
Yes, they can. Yes, they can.
We have not established how we're packing those or selling them just yet, but soon. Right now, it's just a Curations exclusive.
Correct.
Yes.
So during the week, maybe, or by
We'll figure it out soon, yeah.
We'll get it together for everybody soon enough, right? So let's go ahead and show some of the samples. This was the one Trevor spoke of first, I think, that he said about this is our birdhouse, as you can see, as an arrow. So another usage of things. Trevor covered a lot of the things on his birdhouse with paper, so the cutouts you don't even see. But we've got that, and then these were the 2 that were made by Dawn that show a little you should almost call it like a little pottery place up front that has the number 8 tag in the back, and then the great usage of I guess all types of perspective here for the picture on this one. Yes. Oh, my house went for a walk. Oh, boy.
That one's a little fragile.
My birdhouse here went for a walk, but this one here, oh, boy.
Why don't you change the camera maybe, make it easier?
No, I can hold that up. If I change it now, I'll really mess it up. I won't know what I'm doing then, by golly, by gum. But you can see how it can be as simple as this. Look at the detail. Even a little perch for the birdie house.
Wow.
Yeah, and then again, utilizing the paper that Tim's got to decorate the house and so forth. We've got then some different ones here that Tammy made up. These 3 are, those 2 are Tammy's.
2, yeah.
Those are Tammy's. What a gorgeous usage of the number 8 tag, the stenciling on the background, and then we even got little eggs in the birdhouses. Kind of, right now here in Cleveland, we've got a little nesting thing to channel our NBC affiliates watching the Eagles start to have eggs hatched in Avon, Ohio. But here, Tammy's got it hatched out of Los Angeles. So these are just gorgeous. Look at the pretty colors, and the ribbons are just delightful. This one was Michelle P. did this one again, where she whitewashed the tag, took all the little pieces and painted these.
Or it might be Dawn. It says on the back, I think.
Nope, there's nobody on the back.
Oh, okay.
I think this was Michelle.
Yeah, I think so.
Because Dawn did the houses with the little
That's right.
front.
You're right.
So again, utilizing it as just a simple usage of the stencils, the paints. Here, hand painted some beautiful little hearts on there. Isn't that just lovely? Just gorgeous for a little spring look. And then these were three-dimensional ones that Tammy made. I thought I was thinking of something of my own, and boy, I tell you what, as always, I got outdone by everybody with my tree of knowledge when I made some three-dimensional ones. These are just fantastic. She put the house together with the shingles are on top, obviously, all the different papers from Tim. Again, we've got our thing right here, and then utilizing all of the bottom portion with the picking or pickering edge. With
Pinking.
pinking
Yes.
edge. That's in some of Tim's sets that Matt incorporated into this one here to make this three-dimensional birdhouse that you can hang. Oh, you can hang that if you want to hang it this way. And then this one, the same thing as the other house, utilizing the different portions from our set that we have for the component pieces with the squares and the rectangles.
Mosaic.
The mosaic that Tim has in his etc. line. But again, this is just another beautiful one. Heck, you could use these for Christmas ornaments. But great job, Tammy. These are just beautiful. And of course, what a great use of the paper, and what a great segue to say, don't forget, tomorrow's Tim's paper release. And then I believe this one here came from Louisa.
Yes.
And we
Put it
have
upside down still.
another video for that, right?
We do. We have a.
So before that, we're going to close with that, I think. So we'll come back to this in a moment. And in the meantime, we'll show my Grandma Lee. This is the staff of us making this. Look what Grandma Lee made. She took a mini tag, which is the next size up from a number 8. She used Tim's papers and put the houses on it. She was the first person to submit something. I think the day after we did it, she came down here 2 weeks ago and had this all done. Put the little birdies on here, and Grandma Lee made just a fantastic. Get my grubby hands out of there because she's so proud of this, and we're so proud of her for doing this. She's a star in the making. She always demos at the Northwoods booth at different shows and the like. But here's that tag showing that the usage of the birdhouse is here. And then we've got, this is when we did Ranger U years ago, we did something, Tim had us do something for a project at the end. And so I made the tree of knowledge.
We're gonna need a bigger camera.
And we need a bigger camera, that's right. So I had to go find a stick. Kind of like 20 years ago at Ranger, I was out in the dark and I got a stick in my eye. Nothing's better than a sharp stick in the eye. Didn't get one this time, but I got my little birdhouses in here. And I surely didn't get them decorated the way that our superstars did. But
well, that's because you have too much super glue stuck to your fingers.
I did have my share of that. But here's our tree of knowledge, and I'm so proud of Trev made up this one. Wait till you see this one. This is
That
a
one
keeper.
didn't lean back very much. It's a lot of falling apart stuff.
All
with
right.
it.
So he's
We'll
got
keep it
he's got a little Easter basket here, and on that Easter basket, look at all the pieces and parts and bows, little eggs in there. He actually kinked all the paper, made little carrots in the corner over here. The houses are decorated. That's also with Tim's paper, isn't it?
That was all the wood grain paper, and then I used Distress Oxide to dress it up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I told you, he's the creative one in the family. There you go. And you can see all the different levels of those houses. I feel like I should have this on like a Lazy Susan, like at one of those Chinese restaurants where it goes, just kind of goes right around and does the whole thing. But it's just, what a great use. The birds, we all love the crazy birds. They've been something that are, look at, even Mario and Tim are smiling. They love this one. This is nifty. But I'm sure they're proud of him. He's like
I haven't used
their favorite nephew.
He did a year or two ago. He showed those bottle brush trees turning
Yes,
into carrots.
yes.
I thought about that when I was starting it. So that was in there too. Yeah,
I believe you have something like 30 or 40 hours in yours.
I have a couple. I have a little bit of time.
He spent a little bit of time on this.
I lost
so
some sleep over that.
There you go. But now he's sick because of it. You got to get your rest, young man.
Yes.
Always got to get your rest. So let's do a little housekeeping. Are we going to go out with the video, right?
Well, we'll
do the video, then
do the video,
housekeeping?
then you can do your
Okay.
goodbyes and
Perfect.
all that
Okay.
good stuff. right?
All right. Well, let's do the video. Now, this one here, Luis is going to be talking through that with us of how this was made and so forth. So
Okay.
please enjoy this video. I'll finally take a breath here for a moment.
Do you also struggle with getting color to your stamp impressions? Welcome to the club. So I thought I want to show you a little trick how you can color your stamp impressions in just a few seconds. And believe it or not, I've used only 2 colors plus the ink for stamping the bird itself for these little guys here. So what I did was I took my birds, obviously, and then some matte printable photo paper instead of watercolor paper. And there is also already the trick behind it. Just place that in your stamping platform. And then I used some oxide sprays, in this case cracked pistachio and forest moss. Then I just randomly go over the birds here. So let's then take some water and throw that on here. That helps to get this watercolor effect on the one hand, and on the other hand it obviously activates the oxide spray. And then just stamp and leave it for a little longer than you would do it on regular watercolor paper here on the photo paper, so that the medium has the chance to react with the paper. And then I like to take a dry paper towel and press into these puddles, because that reveals the craziest colors. And that's because of the photo paper. Make sure to take a dry spot every time you press on here to make sure that you don't smear the spray. If you think this is too much oxidation here, take some water and take the oxidation off. Magic! Yay! Then dry this with your heat tool. And then use the ink you want to stamp the birds with. In this case, I've used ground espresso archival ink. And there you go. And then you can just cut them out and include them in your project.
Pretty cool.
Pretty darn nice, I tell you. We are always so indebted to Louise for all the different things that she's done to help us. Her talent is so nice. She's got so many different videos to watch. Again, all of our artists you can find through our website, where we've got all the references back to their blogs and so forth. But this is the actual project that she actually made. And as you can see, the usage of her little birds along with the birdhouses just makes such a great tag. This one here is also an upsize number. Is this a mini or a small tag? This is a small tag, I think.
Yeah.
A little more real estate to put things on and so forth. So let's talk about our winners now.
Alrighty.
That's something that obviously everybody wants to know about. we've got some winners to announce. I'm going to name them off, and if you would go ahead, they'll be listed on the site too. But Diana Sheely, Dory Thorpe, Mimi Sherwin, Leslie Longoria, Marty Cousins, Madeline Bush, Francis Nagley, Carol Watson, Paula Butterworth, and Linda Kleback. Paula Butterworth, I'll tell you what, we had a fellow who used to sell us rubber out of Worcester, Ohio, and his name was Mr. Butterworth, and he would always come in and sell my father rubber from the Hill Rubber Company for years. I wonder if Paula's related to him. But let's do it again. Diana Sheely, Dory Thorpe, Mimi Sherwin, Leslie Lagoria, Marty Cousins, Madeline Bush, Francis Negley, Carol Watson, Paula Butterworth, and Linda Kleback. Please take a look-see at our site, and you can get all the information on how to claim your prize. We'll ship those out first of the week. Don't forget the fantastic ability to get a little birdhouse to start things off. We'll get a set together and decide what we're going to do for how many pieces are going to go in there, whether it be just the one piece or the three pieces or two, so that you can make three-dimensional ones if you choose to. And make sure that we have the right situation for that. I cannot ever say enough thank yous to all of our fantastic makers who do all the work to make these lives happen, and the team, whether it be Rhonda or Matt or Will or Trev or Katie or Tom, and the manufacturing family that we have here, that all put all this work into this family business to make sure that we can continue to make the products that everyone loves so much, and try to come up with new ideas, new things to complement all the ones that are out there and have been out there for a long time. We've got a huge thank you, obviously, to Daniel Evans, a friend of Louisa, who made the great song for us. We love to have that play all the time and so forth.
It's a real bop. We love it.
It is.
Absolutely.
It's kind of catchy. The first time I had tears in my eyes and so forth. And obviously, most importantly, the biggest thank you always goes out to the fellas, Mario and Tim, who are always with us. And we just thank them always for what they do for the industry. I'm sure next week probably he'll have a live, don't know for sure, potentially on the paper. But there's a new set of paper going out as of tomorrow. So I think I've covered everything.
For the full videos, make sure to check out. I believe Louisa made both of those, but
No, Vicki made one. Vicki Evans made the other
Vicki made
one.
the first one. Sorry, Vicki. The full version of her video will be on her page.
Correct. So we've got a Canadian video, we've got a German video, and here you are watching the U.S. video from us.
Yeah, the new thing with makers sending us demos is kind of a new thing. So we're still working out getting it onto our socials and coordinating with their socials. So throughout the week, we're going to make that happen so everybody has everything up.
Right, because this is another new thing that we're adding. We're trying to constantly add this so it's not just a TED chat. No one wants to hear me talk. They want to see the cards, they want to see all the nifty things, and hopefully other things that we have brought in to add to making it more appealing for everyone. So the next one's going to be in a few short months, and we will still be in the same range of numbers under the 250 set of Tim's sets and stencils and so forth, utilizing all the new products, whether it be embossing folders or stencils or stamps and all the different products of paints from Ranger or glazes or sprays, oxides, all the things that weren't there before that now we can utilize this way. And you saw this last video that Louisa used the archival inks. The Ground Espresso ink that Tim has, being a distressed product into archival, just changes everything, as does the paints and the like. And the more that you buy these things, the more chance that Ranger won't discontinue the colors. So let's buy lots of it so we hate when they discontinue the colors. But we also know that their machines can only make so many things. We all realize the limitations of everyone. We still haven't done any of our live videos yet. We're still working on that. Every time I think we're going to get it, we've got another new thing to keep things in there. And this video has gone a little longer than I wanted it to go already. So
We knew there was a lot of stuff.
we knew we had a lot of stuff, but if we do plant tours and all that, that'll be more things. So we're going to always have new things on there. Will's our new videographer waiting to shoot all kinds of live things there, whether it be at the show or here. I don't know. Are we doing a reel after this again, guys? Or we might want to just do a little walk through down memory lane of all that stuff. The booth's not in the classroom right now. They're all in the truck getting ready to go to Chicago. Rockford, or not Chicago, Rockford. It's an hour away. So again, look forward to seeing everybody on the road. Look forward to seeing everybody here. We sure really, really appreciate everybody being part of our family and love doing what we do. We're the luckiest people in the world to have all these fantastic people with us.
Make sure, if you guys could, to like and share also. It helps us with our boosting in the YouTube algorithm to get our names out there more. So.
Oh, that was a little technical stuff there. They told Trevor that because they know I'd screw that one up. So, yeah, and we're changing a lot of our advertising methods as we speak right now. We're learning new things constantly, and we're just so happy to constantly keep learning things. Thanks for putting up with us again for another time. We hope that you enjoyed it. Keep telling us what we should do differently or more of that you like. And if we're doing something that no one likes at all, like Tim always says, if you can't say something nice, then say it creatively, I guess. I don't know. We'll change the way he says it. But it's all from the heart. We do this all for fun, and we're just so blessed to have you with us. Thanks for being with us. Everyone have a happy Easter season, a great spring. I know that's been a really bad winter for everybody. So we sure appreciate you all being with us, and look forward to seeing you at the summer one. So thank you. Everybody have a great great Easter holiday. Thank you.
See you soon.
Bye.
Some folks go fishing, others do puzzles. There's hikers and bikers, wise men knit scarves, Netflix and chill, or dancing all night. Yoga or sunrise, or baking a pie. But I'm a step prisoner, anonymous. Stamps and stencils, an addiction that doesn't hurt. Paper and ink, that's where my heart is. You do you, but I can't resist this. I'm a step prisoner, anonymous. Nature's moments, where it all began. The professor, the inspector, Mona sketchbook, oh man. Up in tapestry, spooky stuff, more study and flutter. Tiny text and ledger scripts, they all matter. Eclectic adverts, crazy birds too. Tim and Ted have a stamp set for every mood. But I'm a step prisoner, anonymous. Stamps and stencils, an addiction that doesn't hurt. Paper and ink, that's where my heart is. You do you, but I can't resist this. I'm a step prisoner, anonymous. Yeah, I'm proud to say that I'm a step prisoner, anonymous. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm proud to say